It's not here. It'll be a short video. And what a weekend I have had. So as I'm sitting here, Eva is saying I should make this video. But I always want to be balanced in what I say about Africa. A lot of times people see me and talk about Africa as heaven, but there's no place that is heaven that you can came in and took over the beat somebody up or killed somebody. It's just we have one of these uh, drunk Ascaris. He gets drunk at night and then he starts preaching all night long, and he's been doing that for like 2 years. And he can talk all night, keep people awake. So on I think it was Friday night, he met his match when one of the neighbors came out and confronted him, and then the guy tried to, I don't know, they said he's tried to stab the guy. The Scary tried to stab the guy, and that guy beat the hell out of him. And during the fight, the Scary bit the guy's finger. And since he was the one who cut the guy and bit the guy's finger, he went into the cell. So I went about 4 o'clock in the morning. We were woken up and hearing them yelling and everything, and went out there, and it was that guy. When I looked down on the ground, saw him there, I was, who is it? Who is it? And it was him. And I was like, it's about time, because this guy has even the other day, I had to throw him out of my wife's salon because he refused to leave. So he's just been a menace, and he's been getting worse and worse and worse. And then he was thrown into the cell. And I sat down, and I was even mentioning it to a few people. Like, I want today we're going to have peace and quiet, because this guy is now finally behind bars where he belongs. Because he was just a menace to people, extorting money from people in the middle of the night. It was terrible. And the next day, we decided. Well, we had already planned to go out on to the Manazi place with Eva and her friends. And when I was leaving the house for the first time in 10 years, I tripped and didn't recover. So I actually went down on the ground, and it reminded me of my football days. So I bounced right back up. But later on, I just found out that when I fell, I cracked the screen of my phone. So my phone wasn't working. And I was like, should we go? Even though now that my phone is broken, I couldn't pull money out of MPESA, but I had a little money in my pocket. So we decided to go. We went. We got there. We had a good time. We were laughing. All of a sudden, the police came with a tactic I never seen before. They surrounded the place where we were, and then one guy just popped up, and he's like, "Get in the van." So that was a police sweep. Kenya is notorious. Everyone knows that anytime around midnight, police can go around and just pick up people off the street because they say they were loitering. But we were actually in an established bar, minding our own business, and they came in and told us to get up and go in the van. So we did so, and my wife was also taken in, Eva, but they let her go, her and her friends, about 2 in the morning. But I didn't have money, if people can understand what I'm saying. So I was, and me and my student who was, we were there together. We didn't he didn't have money either, and so we ended up being put in the cell, where miraculously somehow they let us have our cell phones so we could call people to come with money. And unfortunately, that took overnight, so we had to sleep in the cell. And I was in a room with about 25 other guys, and we all had to sleep on the floor. And you know, it was experience. It was an experience. Now, the police were friendly all the way through. nobody, the people in the young, I was the oldest one there. The young guys that was there laughed and joked half the night, keeping me up also. And everybody took it in stride. There are people that have been in that position before, and they were telling everyone else, okay, this is what they're going to do. They're going to come at this time. They're going to do that. And you'll be out. And sure enough, the next day, people came with money, and we went home from the police station. So I can say it like that. And people that I know, some people know what I'm talking about. Now, you see, that's one of the things it's embarrassing for me to talk about Kenya, because I've seen it many times. If you stay in a country for 21 years, you're going to see everything and probably be a part of everything. And I have been picked up in a suite before, and then they asked me a few questions, and then they let me out. You see, if I have money, they let me out faster. So this time I didn't have money, and that was the case. So I wanted to come on the chat line and let you guys know yesterday that this weekend was really like that. My poor phone. You can see the screen. Damn, the one you guys love to hate, cracked and not working. I got a specialist that fixes this type of phone, and I'll take it to him either tomorrow or the next day. Tomorrow I'm supposed to have a ICT course. I'm supposed to be teaching an ICT course for teachers, and I'm really not in the mood for it. But I'll get up at 6 in the morning and prepare. Hopefully, if by 9 everything will work out. Yes, I know it's a time for an upgrade, but I'm telling you, the only time the phone has a problem is when I'm on live. Now I'm on live now with a device, modem device. And you can see even this device, that's a 4G device, it's still, the screen still kind of hesitates and goes back and forth like that. So yeah. So if you guys let me know if you've had an experience like that in Africa. Definitely it's no reason for you not to come to Africa. Many of us have probably been in the situation, but we're not afraid to talk about it. I mean, afraid to talk about it, but I'm not afraid to say what happened. Now, I've never really. Well, in 2009, funny enough, 10 years exactly ago, I'm probably going to check the date. It's probably 10 years to the day. I was also arrested, and in a similar situation, they just came after me. I don't know why. Somebody sent them. And in that particular case, I was found not guilty because the police had no business. The way they came at me was against the law. You can't just come out and say, "Hey, you come here," And that was how I got out of that case. But on this situation, luckily I was with people I knew, and we just dealt with the situation, the uncomfortableness of the sleeping on the floor. I'm getting mad at people because they're sleeping and snoring, and I can't sleep. So you just sleep like that, and I keep looking up at the window, waiting for the sun to come up, and then finally the sun came up. And when the cell phones came, I was even given one for myself. And I looked at the time, I was like, "What? It's only 9 o'clock in the morning." Oh God, 11 o'clock. You know, they start serving tea and bread, and I was like, "I don't want that. I want out. I don't want no food." So then you start seeing people's family members come, and then telling them, "Okay, what do you need? How we get you out?" And then slowly but surely, each one individual goes, and then they're released. So that's the case. Let me get my glasses because I'm seeing this chat line. I can't believe you guys are there. Brian Cole, my man. I miss you so much, brother. Damn. How was it? I need an upgrade. That was you. When you coming back to Kenya, man, we're waiting for you. Brian Cole is coming to see me in Africa. I really appreciate that. About over a year ago now. So if I can make you a moderator, I'll do so. But I've never had that much trouble. So what's up, Brian? Let me know what's happening. How's your wife doing? How's the family? You've been silent. Welcome to the channel, and I hope you can stay and join us. If you guys want to support this channel, you have to do it through Western Union. The information is in the chat line, and I wanted to give a shout out to Morel Molden for his super chat from the last videos that we did. The brother is now like a regular supporter of the channel, and I appreciate that. But we need, we can't just depend on 2 or 3 people. Every one of you guys out there, you know the paper. I can't find the paper. Oh, here it is, right here. Damn, it jumped out. Normally, I'm fighting to find it. This is how we support this channel, because the things we talk about here can get this channel demonetized. So why we even go there? I don't want to feel like I'm held back from talking to you guys because I'm trying to hesitate. Like, I can't talk about gays. If you go to somebody's channel, you start saying gay this, gayism, gay that. Oh, the moderator is going to tell you, no, don't talk like that, because that will get your channel demonetized quickly. If you talk about certain aspects of things and it's your opinion, and maybe the people that's watching your video decided that you didn't stress that it was your opinion, and you didn't put out a warning, demonetized. So when the YouTube is doing that to a lot of content providers, now the ones that are there, they're being cautious, because let's say that if I have Patreon and all that, and then I monetize my channel, then I'm talking to you guys, and then all of a sudden I get a letter from YouTube saying you got to take that video down, and your money gonna be taken off. So I'm gonna be like, oh, let me be quiet on that issue. And then you won't notice. You'll just see me here telling you, well, the weather was about 22 degrees, and it's content like that. It's, and you'd be like, what's happening to the channel? You'd be my channel. No, I'm not gonna be bored. I'm gonna keep on giving you the real deal of what's going on. I'm sorry. Big Cave, what did you do? Yeah, when a black person is arrested, everybody say, well, the nigga must have done something. But I can assure you 100%, I was just sitting there, having a sip of palm wine. And drinking palm wine is not illegal. But you see, Kenya is so peaceful. Mombasa is so peaceful. The policemen, they got to, they can't just go around finding criminals, because there's no criminals. So what do? They just take people from wherever they can get them. And I've seen it in action, like, damn, that guy was just standing there, whoop, get in the bus. So, they drive off, and then somewhere down the line, the guy is released because he had money, you see? So, that is the case. I broke my phone. I couldn't MPESA. I couldn't call. So, it was just like circumstances, And earlier that day, I was like, man, that Ascari is now sleeping inside the cell. I wonder how he feels. And then like 4 hours later, I came to see exactly what he was going through. So he was somewhere. There was an old guy. There was a guy in the corner. The cell was kind of dark. There was a guy in the corner. I couldn't see his face. I'm like, God damn, if this is Ascari, I'll be like, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, how did I get in this cell? This and that. I was talking about the Ascari being in the Ascari. Ascari is like a security guard, Yeah, but like a really unpaid one, low paid one. And that guy was more trouble than he was worth. Many times people tried to get rid of him and they couldn't. But after that night, you see, now it's just quiet. But if it was any other night, that guy'd be talking and you could hear him in preaching. Because sorry, I didn't mean to make the screen shake. My bedroom window, faces out downhill. And for my bedroom window, one of the good things about this place is the view. So the view shows out, but it's right down the road. You can see right down where that guy normally sits. So when he talks, naturally we can hear it. So I used to get the blunt of his nonsense. And then one time he came all the way up to this bedroom window here and asked me for 50 bob at about 3 a.m. And I was like, man, come on. So I videotaped him for like 3 or 4 times, but I never took it to the station at the end of the day. Oh, my food, huh? Well, you got to bring me a. Huh? Okay. Uh, uh, yeah, I forgot what I was saying, man. They just brought my dinner. So I said I wanted to make this a short video. Big K, why were you arrested? I wasn't arrested. Okay, I shouldn't say arrested. They took away my freedom and told me to get in the van. But I majored in criminal justice, so they knew what they was doing. They didn't come out and say. They just said get in the van, and then they had a couple of policemen there like get in the van, get in the van. So what can you do? The policemen tell you do you do, and pretty much everybody knew what was going to happen at the end of the day, and sure enough, it happened. People had money, and the truck was going to the police station, and they were pulling to the side of the road. And then a person was dropped off. So, yeah, it just takes Evelyn. Yeah, that's how they do. You see, this is the holiday. You see, it's the 2nd of the month, so they know everybody gets paid around this time. So they know if they take you in on a Friday night or Saturday night before Monday court, because you got to be in court on Monday, somebody gonna come and take you out, and that's how they do. Now, if you're just totally poor, you'll be in court the next day, and then they're gonna give you clean the streets, sweep the this, or charge you with something, or keep you for a couple of 3 days or 4 days imprisonment, whatever. So yeah. O'Keith Newton, couples production. How are you? You need police friends after. I have police friends. You see, when I didn't have a phone, so I'm popular here. So I didn't have to really do anything. I mean, the next morning at 6 in the morning, when I woke up and looked out at the jail, my wife was standing right there, 6 in the morning, right on time, and she stayed the whole day till they let me out. God bless her. I mean, I give her an A for being the woman of my life, because damn, she got up at 5 in the morning to come all the way to that police station and be there for me and give them the money and get me out. So. And the process just took till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Can you imagine? You like 6 in the morning. I see Eva, and I'm like, I'm out. I know I'm out. And then shoot, 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, and every time the police is coming to talk to somebody, and you think like, is it my turn? Is it my turn? Till you get tired. So me, I just went and laid down somewhere on the cement floor and waited, and I didn't sleep at night, so during the day, when I just laid down, and right in the morning time, when guys were just walking around, the room was basically empty. I just passed out and slept for a couple hours, woke up, it was still the same situation. So I think it was like 6 people in the process, and they were stepping on each other's toes on who's supposed to pay. So, I don't want to say more than that. Kevin Tucker, what happened? I was drinking at the Manazi place, and the police, they got it was like 10 policemen, all with the guns, and then they just like get in the van, like what? So I thought like it was going to be very temporary because we didn't do nothing. And then the truck started driving around, and they picked up more people, and that's the way they do. They know what they're doing. I can't say more than that. And I learned a long time ago in Africa that you just keep your mouth shut, be patient, and you really had to be patient. And this one took my patience all the way to the next day. So, I'm here, happy, back at home. I came running home. My girls were there, running, daddy, daddy, daddy. That was so nice because they're not used to waking up in the morning and not seeing me. So that was nice. I have not talked to my son about it. At all. So tomorrow or next day, we'll sit down with my 18-year-old and we'll have a discussion about what happened, and that this is something that you have to watch out for. So yeah. Big K, how much was the bribe to get out? Did I say bribe? I don't want to be demonetized. I don't want them to cut my channel off. Did I say bribe? I didn't say bribe. You know what I'm talking about, though. 1,500. So Keith Kefi Newton saw you and Phil on the channel. It was good to see you together. Yeah. And again, I want to say that, if you saw Phil from 3 years ago, his channel, and then seen him today, he's a completely different person, especially when he came to Kenya. I don't know, Ethiopia, you go to Ethiopia, I don't know, it's kind of funny. It's not like us, those black people are not like us, but the Kenyans, when you get here, they just like us. And the more you're around them, the more you understand them, they just like us. So I think Phil saw that when he came to Kenya. And, he loved it. And it's amazing. That guy, he doesn't use papers. He's a very good interviewer. He can just pop off with the questions like that. I'm like, I'm meeting for the first time, and then he's talking to me, asking me questions like, he has really done his homework. And yeah, I see why he's so popular, because he can really get those questions without even a piece of scrap of paper, or it seems so. That sucks. I don't like what I'm hearing. Yeah, and I'm saying you, and I can say, like, I shouldn't tell you. I should not tell you this. I should let you live in fantasy land about Kenya, and then you come here, and then you get arrested, and then you done like that. But that is a fact of the matter, and I can't say there's anything worse than that. The police do come at midnight, and you see that big truck running down the road, and then you know how to just get out of the way. But I'm saying we were just sitting in the place, and they just kind of like did a tactic where they surrounded us somehow, and then that guy just popped up and said, "Get in the truck." And when we got up and walked, we just saw all these policemen. They are already lined up. They had been there before. Now they arrested the people that owned the place where we were. They arrested them too. They threw all of us in the truck, and later on, they told us that there was a special sweep that they were doing. This was a special sweep, and that's why they came out like that in force. So it's not the normal sweep. But in Kenya, most of the people that go out at night, they know better than to go out with less than 1,000 bob handy money, just in case they have that confrontation with the police. And 99 times out of 10, you're just gonna have that handy money there, and it's gonna take care of the whole situation 9 times out of 10. It's just that my phone broke. I didn't have MPESA. I had a few hundred shillings. I said, let me just go with that, because I was with people that we were a group. So then that's what happened. So unfortunately, it's like that. But I would not trade that in. What sucks is when you get pulled over by the police, and then that guy shoots you in front of your wife and kid and kills you. After you tell him, I have a gun in my little compartment, let me show you, then the policeman shoots you to death. Or what sucks is when you get arrested for a traffic ticket, you don't want to go to jail, so you run away from the traffic man. He pulls a gun and shoots you in the back, and then watches you die and puts a fake gun next to your body. That's what sucks. And what the police are doing here has been there since I can remember, and they gave the police all big raises some years back, and to stop all of that kind of thing that you guys know what those of you know what I'm talking about. And now it just seems like it's back again. And yeah, so, but I mean, it's rare. Nobody expected it. It's just like, I say there's like 3,000 or 4,000 people on that strip of road that have all these bars and everything. And they didn't go to the bars. They just went to this small Nazi place where we were, little place, and got us. Then went and got some other people that was chewing Marah, and then picked them up. And then the jails were filled because they took us to Bamburi police station first, and it was full. So they had to take us all the way to Nyali police station for those people that know Mombasa. And then we was put in there. So it was only 25 of us in the cell. So out of all of Bamburi, all that whole area, 25 of us got caught. And unfortunately, I was one of the ones. Damn. Like I said, it was a terrible weekend for me. That's not normal. And I just feel like, shoot, should I go out ever again at night? But what can you do? I won't go out unless I got a couple of thousand shillings in my pocket. That's for sure. Now that's going to be mandatory, because just If I had my MPESA, my phone was not broken, I had MPESA, I could have just been, that shit could have never, I wouldn't be having this conversation. I can just tell you that I finally saw that Scar got his ass beat, and he went into prison, and then that would have been the only story. And I got a video of the guy being on the ground beaten. So my phone is broke. I can't bring it to you now. But if somebody comes and does the necessary, I can get my phone fixed, and we can put that footage out there. You can see the actual guy get on the ground crying for his life. And I can even put the videos I have of him singing in there like that. And yeah, that's what we do here. So do the necessary. Ooh, I'm not gonna make this video be 1 hour. So let me see what the other one says. Ali died. Salinka, first time this happened to you, Amen? No, I'm saying in 2009, they came for me, but the guy was a traffic cop that somebody must have either paid him to come get me. So the way they came and got me was like, that's not the way a traffic police is supposed to do. So when it got into court, I had a lawyer, and the lawyer just pointed it out to the judge. The judge started asking the traffic cop these things, and the guy just, incriminated himself. He hit them. He had the story all backwards, and where he got me from and what he did. He came actually into my martial arts school and asked me, we just want to talk to you. And I had all my paperwork and everything. I gave it to him, and he still said, "You're arrested for being illegal in Kenya." And I was like, "How can that be? I got a passport and an abstract." So we knew he was paid. I don't know. To this day, we really don't know who did it. I had at that time we had a lot of competition with other martial art groups. So maybe one of them had a friend. It wasn't supposed to be that I was to go to jail. I was just supposed to pay and get out. But there again, my phone didn't have network. So I'm in the cell trying to make it have network, and it didn't have network. So I was ended up taken to remand. And then the process again, all of my friends trying to help me. I had some white friends trying to help me. At the time, I had white friends. And then they said no foreigners. They were foreigners too, like me. So they were like, they don't take money from foreigners to get you out of, bail you out. So it's like they had to go back and couldn't do property. It was ridiculous. So that was 2009. It was an experience, but I got a chance to go see the Kenyan court system. And when we got through all that, they lost my passport, and that is what had happened in that situation. Say hi to my daughter. Say hi.
Hi.
Oh, you just want to get on TV, huh? Okay. So that's not the first time. That's the second. This is the second time, exactly 10 years later. And but it's not the same situation as such, because this was just a random. They weren't looking for me. They were just randomly picking people, and I just happened to be getting caught. So we have to deal with black devils. I don't know, black devils. We had to deal with white devils too. Evelyn, true, it's a lesser of the two evils. Yeah. Like I said, everybody, it was a business arrangement with the police, and if you don't have money, you're going to have to go to court. And if you have money, you might be able not to go to court. So it's really that simple. And it just took me time to get money. So that's the case. O'Shea, I told you I was going to do a show about this. I asked O'Shea if I could do a show. Should I do a show about this? And he was like, people will listen. You didn't want to order a new passport. It's not a matter of ordering a new passport. It's a very complicated situation. You see, you people in America, you think America is black and white, how they do things. But it's not like that for me. And then when I do shows like this and I put myself on the line, and you guys are supposed to be supporting me. When I do shows like this, when it comes down to me going to the American embassy, they know all of these shows. They know what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm putting myself out there. And then I'm going to go to America and say what, And then Kenya is saying, look, we can't treat you like a black American, even though you got all these issues. We have to treat you like a regular person. What have you done for Kenya? And I'm busy, doing things for the country and building up a portfolio so that I can go to court and say, this is why you should give me citizenship. and we're in the middle of that process right now. So, and by the way, it never came up as far as an issue yesterday. Kevin Tucker, yeah, O'Shea Jackson. Now, O'Shea, some people are saying that you're really talking bad about me on your show, but I told him you love me. You know, you don't hate me, you love me. So I know that's not true, right? But yeah, peace, brother. You see, we have to crack jokers, but you seem like a brother from my hood because you crack jokes just like I do. But I'm a master at it. So when we get down there and start cracking jokes about, okay, Amen, you're illegal in Kenya. I can be saying, O'Shea, when you become a doctor, you're gonna get $35,000 less money because you're black in America. So. But anyway, you went to Uganda, so you like half house Negro, half field Negro. I don't know how Poland fits into it, but that's stand the reason. No, but I need you in my corner. So much respect. Anyway, guys, that's why I want to come on today. I wanted to make this a short video, and say what had happened out there. And when we did those other two shows, I wanted to thank Morelli Molden for his African super chat, and you guys too. I'm waiting for some new people to get out there. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. Just everybody get out there. Make sure you click on mobile wallet. Some people in California are saying they don't see the mobile wallet. I got somebody investigating into why that is the case. They went down to Western Union office and they said the same thing. They didn't see the mobile wallet and they never heard of MPESA. So even they had some problems with the agents inside the building, but they're working on that. So, like I said before, this is how we support this channel. If you like the content that's available, let me know. And for sure, I'm gonna bring you the video of the Scary. What happened to him? It's got blood on it, so you guys be ready for that. And yeah, stay safe. I'm safer here. I'm safer here in Kenya than I am in the United States by far. Do you know how many innocent brothers that are in prison? Because I was in prison. I mean, not in prison. I was in the cell, and I was thinking about that. How many innocent black people is sitting in the jail in the U.S.? They did nothing wrong. Then they was arrested and accused of something, and they don't have the financial means to fight it. And the police know that, and they can take advantage of that. And they take advantage of that. They got you in jail. They can charge you with really high crime, and then tell you plea bargain with us and spend time in jail, and we'll give you a lower we'll give you a lower charge. Plead guilty on a lesser charge, and we'll go easy on you. But you was not guilty in the first place. So you see, yeah. And then our problem with our black people is that when someone like me comes, because I hesitate to come out with this. People like me, when we get on TV and say, "Oh, I was arrested," then you say, "Oh, that guy's no good. He's not a good person." I got like years and years and years of positive things in my Facebook. All these activities I have done, all the work I have done to the community, how many jobs I have given people, what kind of things I have done, and then I was arrested. Oh, that guy's no good. So we had to get past that. Martin Luther King went to jail. Malcolm X went to jail. Hell. Even Obama probably spent some time in the cell. So don't Obama skip that. He's not black. That's jokes. Anyway, that's a different story. We'll do that on another show. But all of our prominent leaders have been in prison and went to jail. So who am I? I'm gonna complain about spending it one night in the cell and Nelson Mandela was president after 24 years in prison. Y'all know Winnie Mandela. My goodness, man! How could what they did to that lady? Shock treatment. If you ever see that video on Winnie Mandela, what they did to her, moved her from her home, put her in a place she didn't know nobody. It was like jail, even though you wasn't in jail, even in jail. So How many brothers are running around with the ankle bracelet on right now? Can't go move anywhere in the United States. 1 million brothers in prison. You think all of them is guilty of something? Come on. So this is nothing to me. I got to keep quiet. I can't complain at all. That I was put in overnight and let go the next day. So what's that? It's nothing. You think it's a lot of innocent people in jail now? Wait till they come out with Robo Judge. Wait till they come out with a failed economy. That's the thing. Europe is almost in recession. They're talking recession now. Germany is definitely going in recession. Italy was talking about leaving the EU. Then they tried to change their mind like they weren't. I don't know what their tricks is. France is in dumps. Britain, they just don't know what's going to happen to them when they leave the European Union. The people don't understand. The government understands that they're going to lose because you can't steal Venezuela's money out of their bank and then say we're not going to give you your money back and then expect other countries to come invest in your country. When Britain was part of the EU, they was okay, but now that they're not part of the EU, when they break away from the EU, they're going to find they got less friends than they thought, and then they got to compete with the EU. So it's like, and they can't do that. So the world is coming into it's crazy times. I put a post in my Black Man's Guide book section on Facebook. You can look at it. It's showing the EU. They're talking about the EU, how it's dropping. And as EU drops, Africa rises. So we should be ready for that. They come up with laws to lock us up. Yes. And that thing, you're so helpless. That's how I was thinking last night, while I was in the cell. I was like, and our people are just helpless. It's better to come to Africa where you won't get all of that kind of crime. It's better by far. I mean, how many days I can go without even seeing a policeman? Days they don't come and patrol the streets like in the U.S. They ain't running around like a military outfit. They don't got radios to tell you, okay, what's how we surround them. They don't have all of that. There wasn't even computers in the police station when I went there. And so they're still just writing everything on pieces of paper. But surely the role of a policeman is to keep the peace. And if the people are peaceful, what job do they really have? So that's the case. Are they pushing for negative? I didn't get that. They come up and they push. Yeah, they are pushing for a negative. Yeah. But you can all fix that by leaving the country. Simple. Get your African plan together and be prepared. If I flip this over and that would happen to me in the United States, I'd be on the plane out of that country right away because they wouldn't just do that to me and just allow me to go. They'd have to put me on a probation or have me gotta go to the parole. All kind of things they got for us to keep us in the system, tied up there, hoping that we make a mistake and not go to court or not go to the job that they give us, and then they can really pile it onto us until we just be running for our lives in our own country. So many black people is running around with false names. Yeah, I know you out there. False names, fake names. Moving up from different state. You got to keep it low key so that people don't deal with you on certain levels. Yeah, there's no way to live, man. You should just be free. And that's why I'm saying get you an African plan. And for those of the people that have their passports, get serious about making the trip. We're going in April 2020. Go on my Facebook channel. You can get the information about that trip. And we're building it now. So I have to see interest in it. There's a $30 registration fee to say you seriously want to be counted. And then we're going to do it. So the booking is going to be for 16 people. When we get 16 people, that's it. So we're not trying to grab as many people as possible. We don't want like a lot of people where you can't control them and everybody got their own craziness. 16 people is the limit. So be one of the 16, come down. We can go to all the different areas and aspects of a country, deal with the business people, not the tourists and not these people that work at the hotels. You've been interviewing people that work at the hotel. What kind of message can they give you? They work with foreigners all the time. They know what answer to give you, but it's until you go into the actual deep part of the country and then talk to real business people every day, go to their business, and then that's when you get the real picture of Africa and Kenya. This automation of jobs taking in place in Africa. Automation of jobs, no, it's not. It's long. That's another 10, 15 years away. And Africa is resisting that. I'm having a trouble just to do digital revision with computers. So that's not taking place here. And a lot of the ICT sector of modern Africa is not as big in the United States. And manufacturing is not as sophisticated in Africa. So there's still a lot of manpower that it needs to be developed. That automation thing can't come. And it's one of the reasons why by having loans out with China and now again they're going to have loans with Russia, they're not going to be able to afford all those things. Like someone was telling me the SGR, I'm saying it's a high-speed railway, and they're saying that's not a high-speed railway. It's not. Well, it's not a bullet train, but for Africa, it's fast enough. And this is the same thing with manufacturing. They're not going to give you like robots. They're going to put a lot of manpower there because that is what Africa has so much of abundance of. And right now, all of these guys, these young people is busy. They got work to do. Not like they can sit around now and say there ain't no jobs because there's too many jobs. Here because I saw you on Fields. Okay, blessings to you. Okay, Joseph, welcome to the channel. We talk live here, unlike with Phil. And you can ask me questions towards the end of the show and then I answer them. But at the same time, this channel is not run by Patreon and Super Chat. There's no Super Chat in Africa. It's just like somebody live, me coming to you live from Africa. It's a whole nother thing. That's why you don't see many of us like that. Somebody that's right here on the ground telling you what's happening. So this is how we support the channel. Well, so when you're going back over the channel, you'll see that if you go to the description, the information is there. Love for somebody to support us today. Ruby Williams, how are you doing? There you are. How are you? Okay, no automation is not happening in Africa. Yeah, thank you. Exactly what I'm saying. I've been to the manufacturing sector of both Mombasa and Kenya. I mean, both Mombasa and Nairobi, and they're miles behind. China, Japan, America. They're miles behind that. Where Africa gets its biggest boost of manpower is through agriculture, farming, like that. So many more people. You see, go to like Nairobi, you see all the many people in Nairobi. That's nothing compared to the people in the outlying areas. Land is just continuous, and there's many people that tilt the land and work on farms. So I was driving from Nairobi to Mombasa, and it was an accident in the middle of nowhere. The road is this long. It's like country on both sides. You can just see far. And a bus hit something. I don't know. It flipped over on the side, and there was like 50 million people. I'm like, where did all these people come from? I'm looking around like there's nothing out here. You know what I mean? But somehow they, looky loo people wanted to come out of the. They're there. I don't know. They're like the wild animals. They're there. You don't see them, but unless they all come and herd at the same time. So more people live in the rural areas than in the urban areas. So this is why it's a great time to come to Africa and get involved in urban Africa. And I always say modern Africa because I don't want people to come to Africa and then go to the farmland. That's too much of a culture shock. Come here and you can just be the way you were in any normal U.S. city. And then if you feel like you get tired of that life, trust me, you're going to have a lot of places you can go to do farming. There's a lot of videos on YouTube warning American workers of the pending automation of jobs and how we're going to be out of work soon. Yeah, man, the trucking industry. My God, if you're driving a truck and then all of a sudden you look over and the truck next to you ain't got no driver. You'll be like, you next, buddy. Damn. You be driving along the road and you're trying to justify you being in the seat as opposed to a computer. And it's just no justification. The computer can get the goods there without any problem, without even sleeping. But white people, they only 6% of the population in the world, so they love that. They love replacing us like that. And for sure, that's what they want to do. If you really break it down, they targeting our jobs. You go to a supermarket that don't have tellers. That's in China. They got shops that don't have people in the shop. You go pick what you want, use your little bio card, and then barcode, and then they take some money directly out of your account. In China, they don't use money. They just got they just got their phone, and they use barcode. And see, America can't replicate it because then it would be like they're doing the same thing as China. But everybody's doing that. Here in Kenya, we have it. We had it before the Chinese when we used M-Pesa. But the barcode thing is far better. So those are, you just put that on the screen, show your phone, boop, and then the money's deducted. So it's like no money. So when you talk about cryptocurrency, money without transactions, without banks, this is the example of it. Go do some videos and look at the way China pays for all their goods. Like 90% of the goods now, people don't even carry money. Can you imagine? The United States is behind, far behind. So, can you open a bank account in Africa from the States? Okay, yeah, they have banks that are branches that have in Kenya. As you know, for me, I don't really have that much interest in dealing with banks at this time. As I said before, I've never owned a Visa card or MasterCard. That's just me. This is the way I do business since when I was 20, and it works for me. Okay, so that's another show in itself. Yeah, but this is a tourist country. There's a million plus visitors from different countries coming to Kenya every year. So all banks are there that do transactions and business, things like that. But if you're talking about you have Social Security money and you want to see how you can use it, get your money here in Kenya, if you just have a Visa card or a debit card, your money goes into your bank. That Visa card, if you've ever withdrawn money in the United States from your bank account, you just bring the card to Africa. There's so many ATMs. You just put the money card in, and then the money comes out in Kenya shillings, and your money will double in value, double plus, depending on how you see it. Take that money, extra money, live nice life, then put some money aside from your Social Security money. Save it for you, because if America goes under, heaven forbid, your money's going to stop. That's for sure. So that's why you should hurry up and get over here and get yourself situated, because if it drop in America, Africa is going to be your only your best bet as far as restarting a new life. There's a lot of, soon this will be a cashless society. Yeah, if you're talking about Kenya, it's already going in that direction. Definitely China is already there, and it's the epitome of that. So you can see what's going to happen to banks. How can I do business with Africans? What is the easiest thing to export to Africa? Okay, Kenneth L., I have videos on that. If you go to my video list, look down there, like doing business with Africans, how to do business, what's the best businesses. I have videos on that. You can watch them and make some comments in the comment section, and then I can answer your questions directly. Those questions that are based on getting the information from the video. But remember the strong suits in Africa and in Kenya: transportation and food. So these are the two main ones. You can't go wrong with transportation and food, but there's a lot of competition there. Only transfer funds. You don't need to transfer funds. It costs more money to transfer funds than it is to take your debit card and take the money out of your account from an African country. That's what I'm told for my Black American friends that are here that get them Social Security money from their bank accounts and credit unions. Okay, I'll check on them. Thank you. You're welcome. I work as a graphic designer and artist. I'm a graphic designer myself. You can see my work if you go to African Sport Karate League. A lot of my work there is done there, and I'm always doing that. You see some of the pictures that you see on my channel. I'm the one who created them. I really like the one where Russia and China are kicking the U.S. out of Africa. and that's a good video. And I had fun doing that graphic design. I want to do more, but time, and video editing also takes time. But all things are possible when guys can support the channel. All things are possible. So, don't let it just be John. I know them all by heart. Ajiba, I didn't mention him last time. Definitely Doran Tate, Molden, definitely. You guys, Kevin Tucker, thank you guys for supporting the channel. Just a few of us now. But imagine if there were like 10 of us, 10 of you people out there that are supporting this channel, and they couldn't stop us. They couldn't stop us. If 10 of you guys came out and, oh, my daughter said, okay, thank you. Zakia. Wonderful. So they couldn't stop us because we can get all this information that's out there. Okay, they can slow us down, but by making the video hang and slow down like that and slur my speeches, but we can get past that too. With the right amount of support. So you guys out there, Don Baba, Ruby Williams, Joseph Matego, did I answer your question here? Because I saw you. Okay, yeah. If you know that in Africa that super chat don't work. Now I know you guys are saying, "Oh, that guy got problems," and why has he got the name there with the? Why he don't have his name on the paper? Why is it some woman's name? This is my wife Eva, and she's sitting right here, and that's how we support the channel because this phone number is in her name, and we've been using it. Only one name can be on the line. It was back then before we even knew anything about we was gonna do this on YouTube. So. This is our business line. It's just in her name. So yeah, I do business like that. So for obvious reasons. So support the channel and we move forward. There is no bribes nowadays. African countries agreed to fight corruption in Kenya, and we have 2 agencies that did it in Kenya. Okay, AK, that's not the real world, my friend. Corruption is going nowhere. And remember, the number 1 corrupt country in the world is America. Let's not forget AIG. Let's not forget Enron. Let's not forget the general elections with Bush. Let's not forget those things. America by far is the most corrupt country, and it's institutionalized even into the laws. If you get pulled over for having some small amount of drugs, you can get a big hefty sentence of like 15 years, 25 years, like that. But if you get pulled over, arrested because of drunk driving, you hit somebody while you were drunk driving, it's a small fee. You see, it's a small sentence. Why? Historically, because most people that drunk drivers are white people, and most people that sell petty drugs is black people. So they can corrupt the system like that to benefit them. And we have to see this. Don't look at you're talking about things you see on websites, the DCI and the East African community, and these kind of things like that. These are just political. People that are doing politics are going to talk about corruption, but you can never end corruption. Somebody bear me witness. It's just something that people talk about. I'm in a thing where I'm supposed to be running for an office. I may do it, I may not, but what they say, what the people are gonna talk about Mr. Rahh? Because they can't say much about me, so they're gonna say he shouldn't be in the office like that. We can't trust him with the money, and I'm like, what do you mean can't trust me? Where is the incident you couldn't trust me? But then people will say that, what I mean? So they'll come up with their story. So you see, corruption is there, and it's in politics because it's talking about money. So wherever there's money, there's politics, and then people like to discuss corruption to try to put somebody else on point. So it's always going to be there. Okay, we're almost an hour, and I haven't seen my device ring to say somebody has supported the channel. It's okay. I know how our people are, but people like Molden and Darren Tate and Kevin, they're helping you. So you should thank them for supporting the channel and keeping us going. Because if they didn't support the channel, this video would not take place. you know. And I think it's valuable. We now have videos that are coming out to have 300 views. Imagine that when I was here, I was lucky. I was happy when I used to get 100 views on a video, and now it's doubled. And this is what O'Shea Jackson and Dynas and them were telling me. This takes time. You got to just sit there and work it and work it. And if you have a good content, people are going to come. And I believe we have a lot of good content here. If you guys can get over my missing tooth, you can get a lot of good information from me. And we're going to keep on going with it. And move like that. So I just want to say thank you guys for coming on. And that's my video for today. I didn't want it to be an hour, but of course, we talk about so much here. We don't have that enough time. So we need to do another business video. And I really want to talk a video again about the steps that it takes and why it's important for you to have an African plan set together. Now, I was the one who created the word African plan. If you go back and look at it, other people have just picked up the term, but if you go back on my Black Man's Guide to Moving the Modern African channel on Facebook, you'll see that thing is 9 years old. And I also wrote a book in 2005 of the same. It's available on Amazon, but you can send me support and ask me, and I'll definitely give you a PDF copy of the book. So, yeah, support the channel, get a copy of the book, and we move forward, because I don't believe in giving something for nothing. Do you? Getting something for nothing? No, support the channel. And until we meet again, peace.